I think a couple things I want to start off with about this weekend. We finished the weekend with a record of 1-4, and I think we really talked with our team this weekend that this year's team is definitely not last year's team, and we don't want to put ourselves in that expectations and or hold ourselves in the persona of what last year's team. Obviously, they accomplished so many fantastic things, going 27-5 last year, and we return a huge core of that team and. A lot of returners in that respect, but going to Upper Iowa University this weekend, we started off with a very tough tournament. We played Upper Iowa University, we played St. Cloud State University, we played Lake Superior State, and we played the University of Mary. So starting off on a full Division II schedule for the weekend, I thought it was a great opportunity for us to bring some of our younger kids and really just kind of acclimate them to what Division II volleyball is. And it was a successful weekend for us, even though we finished the weekend at 1-4. I definitely saw a vast improvement between Thursday night. Thursday night, we didn't look comfortable. We looked like we were kind of running around. Our freshmen had the big freshman eyes, and they're fully aware of the fact of what that's nothing new to the viewers out there. But, by Saturday evening, we had played 3 5-set matches. We'd won our first game. We really fought hard, and the effort this weekend was just unbelievable by this group. It's going to take some time for them to get acclimated to playing next to each other a little bit better, and we've lost some great players between last year and this year with Madison Lane and Rihanna Roberson to graduation, but we return a great core of this team that is just different leadership styles, and it's going to be, to be quite honest, it's going to be a tougher schedule than what we played last year. So this weekend I was very proud of how this team competed and is really working hard with each other. And why we say we don't want to compare last year's team to this year's team, because I really want this year's team to develop their own persona and their own personality, and they're aware of what their goals and objectives are and things like that. And I think we're going to be a good volleyball team. I think we can definitely continue to develop into a great volleyball team. We're just trying to let this team not crush under the expectations that the outside people have for this program and things like that this year. And like I said, with that being said, I think we're going to continue to do some great things. We've got 6 matches this week. We have 5 NAIA opponents, and we've got 1 Division II opponent on Sunday. They're all very good teams, but they're teams we can compete well with. And I think we learned a lot of good lessons on Sunday, that we've got to be very objective with where we're at, but we've got to be very confident in our abilities, and we've got to get our young kids to believe in each other and play together. I think it's more important in the sport of volleyball. It's definitely a give and take relationship that way. And we felt like Thursday we just looked frazzled against Upper Iowa, and Upper Iowa was a very good team, and to be able then to compete in 5 sets with Lake Superior and then win in 5 games against UMary, and unfortunately we ended up losing the last match of the day against St. Cloud on Saturday, but just the confidence level is getting there, and just the little things that we've talked with them about, as every coach in this room knows, it's more important to be able to do the little things correctly in the scheme of things, and we want our kids to do things right. We want them to do it and be happy about it, and we want them to continue to just establish that foundation for the rest of this season for sure. It's weekend 1. Am I upset that we went 1-4? I'm a little disappointed, and I think the team was very disappointed, but you know what? It's weekend 1, and we're not going to get too frazzled about that, because that's our job. Our job is to continue to get these kids better and being very positive with them, and I think the future is still, it always has been, it always will be very bright for this program, and we've got to just continue to put them in positions where they can be successful. A couple people that played really well this weekend. Justine Blade attacked over a 300 average in the middle, and she just continues to be a phenomenal player for us as far as being a leader, and just everybody can see it in how aggressive she plays. She's going to continue to be successful in that position. We definitely just improving on moving some people around. Janelle Strampy played middle for us instead of outside this weekend due to some injuries. So it's just getting our personnel comfortable in being versatile enough to be able to compete against opponents and things like that. So going to this weekend, we have our first home match tonight against Dickinson State. So the girls are really excited, are 1 of 5. So they're just pretty happy to be back at home, and I think we'll continue to push, and we'll continue to be relentless on defense, and we'll continue educating them about what Division II volleyball really entails. And if we can continue to get better week by week, if we can continue to just be confident in what we expect out of them, we're going to be just fine. So we're going to keep plugging away. And like I said, I was happy with our personality on Saturday. Like Dr. Kaiser said, we really improved a lot over the weekend. And, it's just time. We ended up playing 4 freshmen on the floor this weekend. And we're just going to continue being positive with them and, win a couple games this week and continuing to push that. You can get yourselves back to 500. And we're not going to dwell on things that we could have done better this week. It's going to be things that we need to do better and just continue focusing on winning games.
Tiffany, tell us a little bit about the makeup of your team.
This year we've got a little bit smaller of a roster. Last year we had 18. This year we have 14. We have 6 freshmen this fall. They're all nationwide recruits. And so we've got some youth in some positions that we've got to be there's some great players. They just need to get acclimated to the college level that way. Did that answer your question?
What tell us about the girls, where they're from?
Most of our players, we've got a lot from Denver. We've got a lot from Minnesota. We've got 2 from Omaha, Nebraska. We've got 1 from Oregon City, Oregon. And so they're pretty far from home as well. And I think it's pretty great that all of them but 2 on this roster this year are engineering majors. So the other 2 are pre-med. And they've got a pretty good GPA. So
We just got an award and announced the award. What was that?
It was the AVCA Volleyball Coaches Award. You have to have a 3.3 team GPA. It was the 3rd year in a row that this team has been awarded. 4th year? Brad's saying 4th year. So 4th year in a row this team's been awarded it. And so last fall we finished with a 3.7 GPA, and they're a great group. I mean, I know I think we were just talking to some of the officials this weekend about some of the girls that were chemical engineering majors, and they were just blown away just by their court demeanor and their personalities and how they carry themselves. And it's a great group. I don't mean to be very dry with, I'm just being very focused on where we need to go with this team, but I've been very proud of this group because I know they're frustrated, but I've been so proud of just the way they've carried themselves this weekend and the fight and just the energy that they're bringing. And so that's why I say it. I'm pretty confident they're going to continue to fight so that way they can be successful that way. Yes.
Follow up on Dick's questions. You said you had up to 4 freshmen on the court at the same time, maybe 6 freshmen on the roster. You want to talk about those freshmen?
Yeah.
Maybe where they came from, their strengths, maybe their quirks. I know you do some interviews with those kids.
Yeah. Jenna Cruiser is an outside hitter. She's from Westminster, Colorado. She started and played in every set this weekend as an outside hitter, and she's going to be a very good player for us, very knowledgeable, speaks Mandarin Chinese. She's just a very intelligent young lady, and she gets the game of volleyball, and she is a competitor. So in that aspect, like I say, she's going to be a great 6 rotation player for us that way. Jocelyn Mormon is from Omaha, Nebraska. She played a little bit of defensive specialist, and she played libero for us this weekend. She's another young lady that's just a competitor. And is just going to go, and she will run through a wall, and she will do anything she can to keep that ball in play. Hannah Benedicts is a right side. She's from Omaha, Nebraska as well. She actually did an internship at NASA in high school. So there's Hannah's a great young lady, and she loves space, and she wants to be an astronaut, and so that's a little bit about Hannah. Hannah actually was a role player for the first 2 nights for us, and then started and played Friday evening and all day on Saturday, and did a fantastic job for us, and she just brings a lot of energy to the floor that way. And then Rachel Schimpf is an outside hitter from Oregon City, Oregon, and Rachel played a little bit of DS for us this weekend, and she's just a competitor as well that way. So they're a great freshman group. They ask a lot of questions for sure. They're keeping Coach and I accountable to what the system is, and they're doing a great job for us.
How do you mix such a large group of freshmen with a group that was so successful last year?
We chart and we stat everything in the gym every single day, and they are held accountable from a statistical standpoint of what they do in practice per their level of play. Then secondly, we spend a lot of time with team chemistry and team bonding and things like that, and really getting those freshmen acclimated to knowing not only the personalities of the team and things like that, but also the expectations, what's put forth for them. And we make sure that they've got a voice in our gym, as well as it's not just this is the way it was before, this is the way it's going to be. And we really try to limit things talking about last year, because we know those freshmen don't understand what last year was. So just trying to make sure that we are being very positive in that group with them, and just being real, explaining things very well to them, and quantifying what's important. And they're a great group. They're pretty happy and pretty smiley all the time. So their competitiveness is fitting in very well with this group right now.
You were a long way from home. What kind of support did you get?
We had a great group of parents. I think everybody but 3 or 4 kids had 1 or 2 parents there this weekend, so we had the biggest cheering section, I thought, for being 10 hours from home. It was pretty awesome. My in-laws came as well, so that was kind of nice. But it was pretty neat to see those kids that far away, and just to see the support that they've got from their parents, and they know they've got a lot of support here from you guys as well. So,
Any other questions for Tiffany?
okay, thank you.